Welcome, young wizards and magical beings, to another enchanting tale on Fable Wizard. Today, I invite you to step into the enchanting world of Oksana and the Cow's Head, a timeless story that has captured the hearts of generations. So, gather around as we delve into the charming forest where a curious encounter awaits our adventurous souls. Oksana once lived in a small house with her father, her cruel stepmother, and her petulant stepsister Alina. Not long after Oksana's father remarried, things took a difficult turn. Oksana discovered that all the chores were now her responsibility, while Alina enjoyed a life of idleness. Oksana's father, a gentle soul, couldn't find the courage to stand up to his new wife. And so, Oksana wore Alina's old clothes, her hands grew tired and rough from scrubbing in the chilly air, while Alina reveled in parties, growing lazier and more spoiled with each passing day. Oksana's father watched as his only daughter toiled and scrubbed the house day after day. Once winter came and food was scarce, Oksana's reluctant father, bending to the whims and jealousy of his second wife, took his child to a cottage in the woods and left her to live alone. Oksana felt really scared. People said the woods were full of scary creatures and demons. Although frightened, she gathered sticks to build a fire in the stone fireplace. With only a loaf of bread and some cheese her father had left. Clever Oksana made a trap from tree branches to catch a rabbit for her dinner. As the rabbit stew simmered in the dark and windy night, the timid girl curled up by the fire and fell asleep. In the middle of the night, Oksana woke up to a strange presence that sent shivers down her spine. Somebody knocked on the door. Oksana was scared. Holding a branch, she slowly approached the door, opening it to the strong wind and snow. She called out into the darkness, but there was no answer. When Oksana glanced down, a feeling of fear gripped her tightly. There, right before her, were the lifeless eyes of a cow's head, staring back at her. With a gulp of horror, Oksana stuttered, "Who are you?" The cow's head, stating the obvious, replied, "I am a cow's head. I am cold and hungry. Lift me over the threshold so I could have your food and rest by your fire." Oksana was reluctant and scared, but she felt compassion. She granted the strange request, offering what remained of her rabbit stew, and then covered the cow's head with a makeshift blanket. With weariness gripping her bones, she curled up in a cold corner, her eyelids heavy with exhaustion. As the first rays of morning light seeped through the windows, Oksana awakened from her sleep. To her astonishment, the cow's head had vanished, leaving behind an enchanting sight. In its place stood a sizable trunk overflowing with magnificent gowns, sparkling jewels, and gleaming gold. However, Oksana's surprises did not end there. Beyond the threshold of the cottage, her father's voice resonated, filled with regret and longing. He called out to Oksana, urging her to return home. When he took her back home, Oksana was honored by the town for her compassion and bravery. She settled down into a happy life. Furious about the unfolding events, Alina, Oksana's stepsister, hurried to the forest cottage, eager to claim the ill-deserved reward from the cow's head. But when the cow's head appeared again, lazy Alina stubbornly refused to give it any food. With no knowledge of fire building, she fell asleep, trembling from the cold. Hoping for gold and jewels upon awakening, Alina was devastated to find her gowns transformed into rags and her possessions reduced to dust overnight. But Oksana lived a long and fulfilling life, surrounded by happiness and prosperity. And that, dear friends, concludes our magical journey through the tale of Oksana and the Cow's Head. I hope you enjoyed this enchanting adventure in the realm of Fable Wizard. Don't forget to subscribe to Fable Wizard for more captivating tales. Until we meet again, may your days be filled with wonder and your dreams be filled with magic. Farewell, fellow wizards.